Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I it's been 1 week.
Yes. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Ma'am, today you can suggest.
Okay. So do you want to pick up any topic or do you just want to have a conversation?
If you give me any topic, so I am ready for whatever I have, I can share with you.
So let's talk about work-life balance today. So what are your
Hmm.
thoughts on work-life balance? Because that is something that you do. So I'm sure we'll have more content on work-life balance.
Yes, ma'am. So, as per my knowledge, work-life balance, I would say when we are creating a balance,
Mhm.
equilibrium between,
Equilibrium.
could you repeat?
Equilibrium. Sure. It's
Equilibrium.
equilibrium. Yeah.
Equilibrium.
Yes.
Yes. So we can balance and we can equilibrium between work and our life. Sometimes I observe people take their office files at home. They just busy at home doing their office work, attending phone calls, giving the instructions. Their family members waiting for their time, their attention, and especially it happened with not only the male but female also,
Yes.
because most of the female also nowadays working, so just they start working from home
Mm.
after coming from the office. They just take their breakfast and start their working. They don't pay attention their family members, especially the kids and husband and wife. If I am not talking about the parents, we forget about parents.
True.
Even we can't attend their phone calls.
Yes.
So if we just limit, most of the time we try to limit their work at office and not try to carry their office files, office work at home, and try to give some time family members, friends,
Mm.
society.
Mm.
Sometimes we totally frustrated, occupied with our work life, and we can't attend small functions,
True.
and even we forget about the talk and normal conversations. And I would also say, ma'am, I totally deprive from the social activities,
Mm.
society necessaries. And I would say it's a matter of regret for me. Nowadays I am habitual of these kind of things. I don't want to take part because I forget about how can I deal with no society. I forget about.
Mm.
And when someone invites me, so that time I feel, oh, it's a burden, and how can I manage? Let's
Yeah.
take example, in upcoming Sunday I will have to attend a conference, I would say.
Mm.
So I started frustrated even today. How can I
Mm.
manage my Sunday chores?
Mm.
So in that manner, I would say, when we are totally failed to create a balance all aspect of life, that
Mm.
time we can say we are not managing our work life.
That
What's
is
your
true.
opinion?
See, whatever you said, I agree with it, right? But I also agree with the social factor. Sometimes you get so busy with managing your work-life balance so much that after that, if you have to have energy to go out and have a conversation and engage with people outside, even though they might be people that you meet every day, but it still feels
Mm,
like a burden because you don't have any energy left to deal with them. Or even if it's
mm,
you feel so drained out by the end of the day, because see, if you have
mm,
taken up some task, I feel that you have to give your 100% to it. And I understand
mm,
if you are not giving your 100%, then you also don't feel satisfied. And when you give your
mm,
100%, you are starting off your day with work, right? So you would want to give your best, at least when you're working. So until and
mm,
unless you give your best to work, you don't feel that kind of energy and you feel drained that you are being useless. So that is not the
mm,
case here. So if you are putting in the energy for work and then you are coming back and putting the energy into managing other aspects of your life on the personal front, it does take a lot of energy out of you. And by the end of the day, I think you get free by what, 5, 6, somewhere roughly around this, till the time you actually wind down from all the work. So by that time, and then dinner and then everything. So by the time you wind up for the day, you're ready for the next day. So
mm,
anything that happens which disrupts your routine and which extends your day is anyways tiring. And not just for you. I think that goes for everybody out there. All the work,
mm,
whoever come face to face with a situation like this, they always
mm,
feel this kind of a problem, I'd say. Because
right.
it's obviously not comfortable. You will not enjoy. and you
Yeah.
feel, what have I gotten myself into? Why am I doing this? This is not what I want to do. So there are n number of things that you would want to kind of look into for this.
Yes, ma'am. And along with, I consider myself a diurnal. I totally lost my energy after sunset. Sometimes I observe in my locality also, people start walking after 10 p.m.
Mhm.
Also, I would consider, oh, they are the nocturnal. I can't.
No, it's true actually. You know why? Because if you work at night, your entire body rhythm gets disrupted. And
Mm,
whatever today's culture is, to work late till night, to have a
mm,
late dinner, to go to bed late. See, whatever our body is supposed to rise with the sunrise and sleep with the sunset. That's also
mm,
those lines is what our Vedas and our ancient texts tell us. That is
mm.
how you keep your body healthy. Now, why were our grandparents, our parents, and people above that healthy? And then, all these diseases that they used to have was much later in life. Now that you hear about people 20 years old, they have diabetes, 30 years old, they have some issue. Some people don't even live that long because of health issues, which is something which was not normal. Why? Because our lifestyles are not healthy. So,
Yes, right.
this is where a lot of body arrhythmia diseases actually arise from, which I feel people know about it, but they're not willing to behave with that pattern. Somewhere
Yeah.
it's because their time management might not be good. And because of that, their work life balance may be imbalanced and they don't realize that. The way
Mm,
an individual prioritizes their work is what
mm.
decides a lot about how much time can you give to something and how quickly are you going to finish something. So if you
Yes.
know that a presentation is due in 10 days, you start working
Mm,
10 days prior so that you don't have to sit for the complete night and prepare it for the next morning.
mm.
Prioritizing and time management, I think they're very silent aspects of this. But until and unless you do not prioritize work according to the timeline, the deadlines, and its needs, how do you expect there to be some sort of balance? Then
Yes.
your fault, then that individual is also at a fault, because then they are the ones who are causing this imbalance, right? Then how can we say that you can't do this, you can't do that? Oh, there's so much work, but you're still
Mm,
surviving, you're still eating, you're still going back home. So how can you not
mm.
say that? So there is some sort of imbalance, of course, but the imbalance might not always be from the work side. You might also be causing that imbalance. There's a problem
Yes.
also. So I think prioritizing time and needs is extremely necessary also. What are your thoughts on this?
Yes, ma'am. I always quest in a healthy lifestyle, peace and calm. And that is, I can get up early in the morning. I can get up 4 o'clock, 4:30. I can start my day 5 o'clock. But I can't afford to late night.
Yeah.
Even I try to take my dinner before 7
Oh,
and
that's
around 7.
that's very
Yes.
good. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
So once there was, I am not aware about what is the reason behind the people taking dinner as much as early. But when we nowadays we have enough knowledge, we have know lot of things we can get the knowledge through. Earlier we forget about our tradition and culture, but now after COVID especially, we are
Mhm.
aware about our health. So I started during COVID. I have started taking my dinner around 7,
Mhm.
and if it is not possible, I try to skip it.
All right. Okay.
I nowadays my body also habitual. I can't no survive taking late night dinner if I have to attend any party, any wedding, any function.
No,
I
actually,
try to eat
like,
less.
yes, because now your body is getting used to it and in a very healthy
Used
manner.
to it.
Yes.
Yes.
And even the fact that you can't wake up late is because you're rising early. So you get so
Mm,
worn out and you have energy because you're rising early in the day, that if I ask you to stay up until 11 or start working at 11 in the night, you will not be able to do that. You'll automatically be falling asleep or blacking out in between because your body is not meant for that. You're waking up at 4:30 or starting your day at 5 in the morning. How can you be expected to do that? That is impossible. So that is
yes, it's
totally
impossible
fine.
for them.
And it is a
Mm,
good thing that you're sleeping early, because then your body rhythm, your health,
mm,
all of it is dependent on a natural cycle. So if you're not paying heed to what your body needs rest because you're working also, you're taking care of the household also. So there are n number of things that kind of go to it, right? So if you don't listen to
mm.
your body, you don't take care of it also, then nobody is going to come and help you take care of it. And that's
Right.
not for working women. That I think is for every individual. Could be a man, could be a child, listening to your own body because you know your body better than others. So listening to the
Right.
needs of your body, considering that you have to be healthy emotionally, mentally, and physically, I think that is absolutely non-negotiable for every age group. Yes, I would say that workouts and all of this for every age group might be different. For a 40,
Mm,
for a 60-year-old, it might be very different than a 20-year-old. But the
mm.
movement, the requirement for that body to be agile, to be healthy in later years is extremely
Mm.
important for everybody. And that
Yes, right. Right.
starts when you're young. So that is why,
Mm.
initially also people used to push their kids to go play sports because they wanted the kids to be active. Before video games, before iPads, kids used to go out and play,
Yeah,
which is
right.
exactly
Right.
why a lot of eye health issues were not there comparatively. In
Yes.
a couple of years ago, we would see not a lot of kids wearing spectacles. Now I think
Mm.
everybody is wearing spectacles.
Yes, even the 3 year, 4 year kids.
Actually, I was seeing a video the other day, some foreigner's kid. He was, I think, 3 years old and he had spectacles.
Yes, right.
There
Mm.
are health issues which are on the rise, but we actually don't get to know much about it. So,
Mm.
certain things which have to be paid attention to, I feel.
Definitely, ma'am. And I would like to pay attention little bit the using mobile. Last week, I had a severe cervical pain. So
Uh-oh.
I tried to pay attention what is the reason behind it. And when I noticed my daily routine, so I found I scroll 4 to 5 hours mobile and
Oh,
to bend my
heck,
neck. So
yeah.
that time I get to know, oh, I am using lot of mobile and that is the reason of the cervical. Now last week I decided to give up this habit, and if I want to listen something, I just started and lay down flat on the bed,
Mm.
and I got relief without any medicine. So one day
That's
suddenly,
actually good.
yes. So now I can't put up with scrolling mobile. Only it's been one week, and now I just taking the session. And if there is a necessary, so I can WhatsApp only. And I totally give up. I would say I totally gave up
That's
not
nice
using
because, we
mobile.
are already like this. So
Yes,
this
yes,
push,
this position. Yes.
and, and we have a tendency of looking down like a lot more. And it's not just for our cervical pains or anything, but I also think it's bad for your neck because
Mm,
you're constantly bending it down, and that does cause
mm,
issues. And that's
yes.
a very healthy way to go about things, anyways.
Yes. Yeah. So if I just know want to listen any podcast, any video, so I prefer to only listen to them. I nowadays I try to skip them to watch mobile and bend my no neck especially, and I
Mhm.
got really.
No, that's good. That's good. Because then
Mm.
you actually kind of are paying attention to your body needs. Number
Yes,
one.
that is my point. I just want to say if we look our body and what is the requirement of our body, so we can rectify our pain and our causes of the problem.
Because
Because
I feel
body is
like half of
always
the time, yeah,
crying and saying, "Oh, please pay attention towards me."
absolutely. Because half of the times we are the ones who are causing these issues in the body. So we don't
Yes.
get to say that my body is troubling me. It's we who have troubled the body, and now it's not like you can't listen to your body. So that is
Mm.
the deal. Yeah,
Many times I heard about the animals, they don't have any weight and doctors, they just observe their body's
yeah,
need and they can cure. But
absolutely. They can. Yeah.
yes, and
So
one day I have read about the article, how can we keep our body and mind healthy? So that time I got to know we should listen the requirement of our bodies.
yes, that is actually true. Even, like dogs, whenever they have an injury, they have a habit of licking their body, wherever, like in the paw, if they
Mm.
have an injury, because it's curative. Only time if they have an injury on the head, because they can't lick themselves on the head. And they sometimes, pass on because of those injuries and not other injuries, because they can cure themselves. And they have a habit of telling you also that I don't feel okay or something. It's you who has to be in
Mm.
sync, whether you're able to understand that. And even not just animals. I think we as human beings also have this ability, which we don't really kind of use about ourselves
Yes.
or anything, which is very important, I feel.
Right, right, ma'am. But we are totally deviated our attention. We are totally unable to listen our body's
Absolutely. We
requirement.
don't listen to our bodies. That's a very problematic thing. I think the moment we start listening to our bodies is the moment we feel, ki, okay, there is something right or wrong. This is not suiting me. That is not suiting me. I should not eat this. Maybe my stomach
Mm.
gets upset or I get bloated because of this, so I should not eat this. Or you get your allergies tested or something if you have a doubt.
Yeah,
You
right,
kind of,
right.
you have to believe in your body and believe what it's telling you. Because if you go and ask somebody, they might give you a very generalized answer or opinion on that particular thing. But that might not be the case with you. So just be 100% sure. Sometimes what happens, you hear somebody else say it and you start thinking it is my problem, and
Mm.
your body starts showing you symptoms because you're psychologically thinking about it, and that might not be the case. But I feel at any given point in time, if you think you have a problem, get it checked.
Mm.
Prevent
Right,
the psychological burden, it will prevent any medical burden, and it will prevent anything from happening because you're thinking about it also. So
right,
saying the anxiety that you might cause to yourself gets prevented and the crisis gets averted 100% the moment you start listening to your body. So that's
right. Ma'am. Yes.
right.
Earlier, ma'am, I used to live in a village, so that time we usually prepare our food at the fuel of woods.
Mhm.
And So that time I totally healthy that time. And once I know move to a town, so that time I just know live in a congested house, and that time I allergic to some no LPG gas and the congested environment and pollution of the city, and especially some animals, especially the dogs.
Yeah.
So when I
That
pay
happens.
attention, so
So used
I
to live
found out.
in a clean environment. Yeah. That happens.
Yes.
You might not
Hmm.
be reacting well to the congestion, and it might not just be the animal or something. It might also be multiple factors which are leading you to do that. So might not be just
Yes.
one odd factor. So there are multiple things. Sadly, our time for the session is up. I have another session at 5:15. So sorry. We just get so lost in having a conversation every time we have to cut short the conversation. But I hope to see you next time. Please take care. Bye bye.